I can't believe it's already the end of the third quarter, start of the fourth quarter in 2022. This year has flown by. Today I'm going to talk about the third quarter statistics in the real estate market from Almont to Mount Crested Butte. So from July 1st to September 30th, we saw 96 properties close. And that was for a total of $106 million in total sales volume. And what's really interesting is that the median and average sales prices are about the same as they were the third quarter last year at $1.1 million for the average and $780,000 for the median. Of all these properties, the average days on market was about 129, the lowest being 66. Something that I think is really important that I point out today, and that is that there are 35 properties that closed with a loan and 36 properties that sold for cash. Most people assume right now that everyone that's buying property is paying cash, but that's really not true. We're seeing a lot of people still get the loan despite the interest rates because they need to leverage their money. They don't want to burn up all their cash to buy a property, and so it makes sense to leverage. The other important thing I think to point out is that these properties sold for 98% of the asking price. So we're not seeing this huge drop in the home values. Something else I found really interesting is at the beginning of the quarter in July, we had 8 months of inventory, and at the end of the quarter, there were only 5 months of inventory. So we saw a lot more properties sell than were listed. I will compare this to 2021 in the third quarter. I don't like to do this because 2021 was an anomaly, and I think it's really important to look at more at the historical data. But for this video, we are gonna compare because we had 176 sales total in the third quarter last year for $196 million. So we're $90 million below where we were in the third quarter last year. Like I said earlier, the average sales price is about the same at 1.1. The median was a little bit lower at $745,000 in the third quarter last year. Interestingly enough, there were actually more loans than there were cash buyers last year, which makes sense because the interest rates were so low. Currently, we are still considered a seller's market because we have very few properties for sale. All of the single family homes from Almont to Mount Crested Butte, there's only 45. And the lowest priced home right now is $1.135 million. Sellers really need to be aggressive about their pricing. It's kind of like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. That's how it is with buyers right now. It has to be appealing for the buyer to make an offer. And buyers, while it's still a seller's market, you do have a lot more negotiating power than you had even 6 months ago. So again, I think it's really important that we look at this data historically and go back to the 2017, 18, and 19, which were the pre-pandemic years. And third quarter this year is well ahead in total sales volume compared to those years. And the reason I'm telling you this is to help you understand that the market isn't crashing. We're still in a really healthy cycle of real estate here in Crested Butte. So if you're thinking about buying or selling real estate in Crested Butte and have questions about the market, give me a call today.